We named our site Generic Hardware with a J. Generic hardware for our purpose is a series of adapters that connect common hardware. Bolts and nuts, U-bolts and I-bolts, pipe and fittings, broom handles. You can now build, mount, or reach with them. This is our 3/8" display from our prior video. And now we are ready to make our first three pieces of generic hardware. They are 3/8 bolt and nut by 1/2" PVC. We first start with a piece of 1/2" PVC, and from it we cut 3 pieces about 3/4 of an inch long. We then take 3 3/8 by 2 hex tap bolts. The first one we put a nut on the end of. The second one we put 2 nuts on the end of, but make sure that the bolt turns freely in them. And the third bolt, we put a nut under the head, and we put a second nut on the tip to protect the threads. Now we take one of our pieces of PVC and stabilize it. We then take our first bolt and align the nut with the hole in the PVC. We then tap it in place. The points of the hex nut bind nicely into the PVC and hold it there. Now we take the second bolt with 2 nuts and put it in the same manner. We then take the third bolt and put it in head first and tap it in with the nut to hold it better for stability purposes. Now that we've made the first 3 adapters, we can now put them into 1/2" PVC fittings. They can be tapped in and hold nicely because they've been expanded by putting the nut into them. But they can also be glued for extra stability. Now, if you want to increase their size, you can use these nested couplings, which we discussed in our earlier video. The bolts can be pushed into the PVC with a vise rather than tapping them in. Our next videos will show you how to make 5/16", 1/2", and 1/4" generic adapters used in our 3 other displays. Comments are appreciated. They may give us clues on how to make more or better generic hardware. Thank you.